All right, welcome back. Yeah, Charles.
Yes, okay. I was saying that first. Let's
remember. It took us a while before we determined Boko Haram was a terrorist
organization. And then later we went to the east to also declare
the IPOB
as terrorists. Now, the viewer needs to know why it is very important. It's very important because before now, the military couldn't use their might or the military force to actually take the war to them. But having been declared as a terrorist organization, it has given the military almost unfettered permission to use whatever means possible
at its disposal.
Exactly. So that is the implication of the
declaration
of the pronouncement of the Lakurawa as a terrorist organization, which means anywhere they are found, the military can use whether light weapon, if it's a light weapon, they will use, whether it's whatever weapon that they can use to ensure that they'll crush them. Then they have now been given, as I said, no unfettered permission, unfettered whatever we call it, to go over there and take the war to them. But unlike before, now the other day we say, oh, maybe Air Force bomb an area in error and all that. But for now, they go over there, wherever they are located. If there's intelligence report citing where they're located, intelligence report where they are operating, intelligence report where they are gathered, the military can now go there with whatever they can find at their disposal to take the war to them. So that's the implication of the declaration of this Lakurawa as a terrorism.
Yusuf, now the Lakurawa is not a new group. It's been there. Information is that they are splinter groups from the Sahel. Don't you think we need that rapport with Niger Republic so as to keep them at bay? If you understand what I mean.
I do. We do. Because from even the government, the military, itself, we are told that they were part of the issues that split up from, Mali and other places. Yeah. Remember, the military took over in those places, and why did you have the military there? They were fighting all these terrorism, related issues seriously, and so when the hit was much on them,
they had to spill out.
And when they came to Nigeria, they've been around for some time.
Yeah.
And the locals have been making noise about them before the authorities woke up. You get what I'm saying? So bad, but that's almost the same way we treated Boko Haram and all the other militants with kid gloves until they snowballed into either challenges for us. So now, the best thing which I'm happy about is the government has been able to at least score a very good,
clip their wings.
Government has been able to score a very good, point. Now, the military doesn't have any excuse again. Nobody will want to, obnob with any group associated with Lakurawa or whatever you call them, because by the Nigerian law, they are illegal, entity, and they pose a threat to national security. And anything that poses a threat to our national security
is a common enemy.
Is within the ambit of our security agencies to deal ruthlessly with them. And all the rules of engagement may not matter at that level. So there won't be questions of what do you call it? Human rights, human
abuse.
So the military has now been further, energized and encouraged to do its job.
Go after them,
pursue them to any level.
Yeah,
and that within a very short time, we should be able to, exterminate them. We should not allow them, to become what Boko Haram eventually became in our country. It's so sad that at some point when we thought we are almost you know, there with the war of Boko Haram.
I don't want to say
Another set of
criminals.
Another set of criminals, you know, surfaced by the window and decided.
And the situation is not helped, gentlemen, if we consider that the Southwest region had been warning for some time now. There's an infiltration of the region by this
the governor of Oyo State, Makinde, has been upbeat about that. He's been crying in the manner of speaking, asking that things be done before they now grow taproot, again in the manner of speaking. But again, we must, because you know, Oyo, when you look at the atlas map of Nigeria, you see how the movement from that northern region, how it can be done, and all, particularly through the Niger, get through the, I'm talking about the western fringes and then end up in Oyo. Oyo is a very large place and with forest resources. So, and that of course could be a heaven for most of these groups that can also be, that can fester for a long time.
The other day, I think about 2,000 members of Amotekun were deployed to comb the forest.
Exactly. If you recall the days of Sunday Igboho, though short-lived a bit, it was because he felt the authorities were not doing anything that he decided to now started to do what he was doing again. But you know what the story that followed Sunday Igboho and all that. So I think for now, rather than allow them to have, maybe when they come into a place, don't even let them hibernate. If they hibernate, they begin to now first, and once they understand the terrain of where they have come to, there's a problem. They begin to mutate. They begin to mutate, and once they become mutated,
and you know they come in colonies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, once they mutate, you see them spreading. They won't come into the city centers, but they will build, in quote again, empires in this forest, and from there they'll be now launching their heinous attacks and all that. So it is now that the military has been given everything that they require to do, that they have to move in there, comb all the forests and all the whether it's 82 div in Enugu, whether it's one lake, and they just get all this, everything we need for us to take the world.
And a critical angle to all of this, Adekunle, would be serious intel. We need a lot of intelligence now to defeat these guys.
You're right, we do, but there's something that is lacking in our country, and it always, you know, makes me feel bad. We need a national database, something that who is a Nigerian. We need to know. We don't know. Nobody should come from Niger or these places because we don't know. You get what I'm saying? Because you can speak outside does not make you a northerner. You get what I'm saying?
And the other way around.
We need to do something about that. There are too many non-Nigerians in Nigeria that even you and I cannot differentiate them from us.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They say national ID card. No, I said we need a national diamond that is properly digitized, that anywhere you find yourself, because the Constitution provides that you can live anywhere in the country, regardless of where you come from, as long as you are in Nigeria. So this has made it impossible for any state government to say, I don't want to see so, I don't want to see. Everybody is free to live in any part of Nigeria.
But determine their nationality.
But we need to know who we are, who are Nigerians and who are not.
So
when you go around the borders and you see the porosity, you shake your head that why have we trivialized a very serious threat to our national security?
I always talk about three ships in this country: citizenship, settlership, and indigenship. Yes. We must solve them.
Those questions, we must answer them once and for all. Then now, you talked about intel. I believe the security agencies are trying their best, but there are a lot of things that will make them to achieve more. This is the era of, ICT. This is the era of technology.
Okay.
The Nigerian army,
we can deploy gadgetry.
Technology to monitor all. And I'm fully aware that at least this government is doing something around this. and within a couple of months, you see a lot that they will be launching. You know, we need to police our borders. Enough of having criminals mingling or settling down in our midst and doing us, you know, damage as if we are...
If you permit this, what you're saying reminds me of the 47th president of the U.S. who has just been inaugurated. Is America for Americans. Yes. So it should be so. Nigeria for Nigerians.
Yes.
First and foremost.
Well, because most of the criminals in this terrorism team, most of them are not Nigerians.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
But how do you determine?
The military have said this time and time again. Of course, you may have some Nigerians. We are not saying all Nigerians are saying. That's not the point. But if you are a Nigerian and you do this, we know how to handle you. But those that are not Nigerians, we should not allow
I heard that even one or two of them were arrested. They couldn't even speak.
They cannot speak any Nigerian language.
Okay then, gentlemen, let's take on our last but not least story this evening. You know, it bears repeating here that policing is a civil institution of a state that requires actors to maintain law and order and provide safety and security. And so the talk about Nigeria being under-policed has been on for a while now. Inspector General Kayode Egbetokun has let it be known that a total of 10,000 police constables recruited last year are to be posted to their states of origin for community policing. At the passing out parade, which took place at the police